How we doing, folks? I don't know what I'm going to title this video. Um, Preview of what's to come, something like that. I'll explain at the end of the video if you stick around long enough. So I want to start off with this. Big Macs make you fat. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah. Big Macs make you fat. Put that in the annals of time. That should be up there with the Art of War quotes by Sun Tzu. You know what I'm saying, son? That should be up there. Give me liberty or give me death. And right beside it, John Davis, quote, Big Macs make you fat. Now, I already know there are people out there saying, look, son, it ain't because of the Big Macs. I got a medical condition going on over here. Okay, granted. Whatever. Fattest nation on earth. But look, we're not here to talk about fast food, believe it or not. I'm just using that as a jump off point. We're going to bring it full circle. You know what I'm saying? So, Syria. You expected us to talk about Syria this morning. Maybe. Because everybody else is, right? We're not going to talk about Syria. Why? Why would be the question? Why would we talk about Syria? Well, this could escalate in the Middle East. The Middle East is going to do what the Middle East has done for the past few thousand years. They are going to be at war. Doesn't matter who's involved. The United States will send money. They will send aid. It does not matter. So Syria is what it is. Send as much aid as you want at this point. They just sent Joe Biden almost $1 billion. He's sending now to Ukraine. I should be upset by this, but I'm not. And we're going to explain why in a minute. At this point, I'm in burn it down mode. Empty the war chest out. Send them everything we got. Print it till the ink runs dry. It doesn't matter to me. Doesn't stress me out. Neither does Syria. Let me tell you a story. All right. Hang with me on this. So we go grocery shopping about once a week. I don't know how y'all out there do it in YouTube land. We have to do it about once a week because we have 2 teenagers. And we are not one of the once a month families because it would look like a caravan coming out of that place. You know what I'm saying? So we go about once a week. And my son and I have this arrangement worked out. He's always got an ailment come grocery shopping time because he don't like to grocery shop. Neither do I. And so, hey, Mom, my foot's hurting. Hey, Mom, my leg's hurting. I don't feel good. And Miss Nation's always like, John, will you sit over with him in the deli or wherever? Because we usually go to the bigger stores. I'm like, yeah, honey, I can do that. Then we get over there and I float him a couple of dollar bills or buy him a drink or something. It's kind of our thing. And we talk about man stuff as we're sitting over there. So I don't know why. I just noticed this. Now, this was a couple of days ago, but I don't know why this is the first time I've noticed this. As we get over to the deli and we're sitting down, people are doing what they always do, doodle bopping on their cell phones or whatever. Y'all know where I stand on cell phones, by the way. I would like to take them, collect them in Santa Claus's sack, his red sack that he carries around, to be a little more specific, because I know where some of y'all's minds are at. I would like to bash them into little pieces, take a dump in the sack, and then set the sack on fire. Smartphones equal dumb people. We've been over this, but I'm not going to hammer that today. But as we're sitting there, literally everybody in the deli is on the cell phones. Okay? Including the employees between customers. But it goes beyond that. And again, I don't know why I haven't noticed this before. Music's playing. I never really put 2 and 2 together. You kind of hear the music in the grocery store when you're there, but you don't really think about it. Dancing Queen, what is that? ABBA, whatever. Disco ain't dead, son, is what they're trying to tell us. It was playing in the background. And then you have 2 TVs sitting there. One is running CNN. They're talking about Syria. This was before the actual overthrow, but they were getting close. Excuse me. The other one was running, I don't know if it was ESPN or what. They were talking about college football, right? And I was sitting there thinking to myself, most people in America in 2024, they don't really stand a chance, do they? They don't stand a chance because we're talking about distractions today, and we're going to turn it into a prepping conversation here in a moment. I assure you, this is just how we do things over here moving forward, right? We're going to talk about real life stuff, tales that are happening, on this end, and then we're going to turn it into prepping, or at least try very hard. People just don't stand a chance with all of the distractions that they're constantly surrounded by. Between the music, which is basically background noises, it's kind of like this mishmash of distractions, like Lady Gaga, her music, the blonde-headed Pinocchio, as I like to call her sometimes. Her music really makes no sense to me. The kids are trying to explain what's going on, and I'm like, it's just noise to me. There's too much going on. This is how I feel about 2024 and beyond here in America. People are just on that constantly bad diet of distractions, which is why I brought up Big Macs to begin with. Constantly, look, I'll crush a Big Mac. I've been known to do it, son. But only about once a month. Because I know there's very little meat there, and the meat there is not good quality. It's mostly lettuce and a little bit of Big Mac sauce, but I'll crush them occasionally. But I'm not eating that crap every single day because I know that there are implications. If you eat a bad diet every single day, you become unhealthy. Speaking of, weather keeps changing. I think I'm coming down with something. So, constantly just consuming bad stuff. Again, I'm using McDonald's as an example. You can throw out Burger King, whatever. I'm not hating on one specific place, but McDonald's just happens to be the big one, right? If you eat that stuff 3 times a day or you're consuming it 6 hours a day, you're going to end up unhealthy. You're going to have a lot of health problems going on. And the same happens with, I think, a lot of distractions here in 2024. Look at the prepping community for a second. Stand back and look. I know y'all know what I'm talking about on this, okay? Red alerts every day. Every single day. Every day the world is ending. Every day I can't believe this is about to happen. I never click on those, by the way, because I don't know if it has to do with Syria or a bowel movement. I don't really care, to be honest with you. But a lot of people click on those types of videos. Just the constant fear. It can't be good for you after a while. It just can't be. Because 90% of the stuff that you're seeing right now in the prepping community is a distraction or drama. Sometimes there's drama kicking off. I don't know what's going on in the community. I ain't checked in a while. There's always some kind of drama, and I don't partake in it because I'm not a 17-year-old girl, right? But 17-year-old girls out there like, you son of a. But this bad diet of constant fear in this case leads to anxiety and depression. Don't take it from me. Ask the chat. I've heard horror stories on this. People have said I've had to unplug for a while. I had to walk away from YouTube for a while just to get my head clear. One of my favorite things to do, besides drink coffee and sometimes tea because I'm weird now, is to go out, especially when it's, sorry to be so specific, raining or snowing. Because when it's raining or snowing, there's not a ton of traffic, right? Sit out on the back deck and just think. Just clear my head, get all the thoughts out, you know what I'm saying? And just point the compass north. That's one of the favorite things for me. The weather's perfect. I like colder weather. It's quiet outside. And I get to think about actual important things and leave a lot of the distractions behind. A lot of people recently, past 2 or 3 weeks maybe, have said, we're leading into the end of the world. You better be prepared. Spiritually, I totally agree with that. But a lot of people are stockpiling stuff. I've seen so many videos, and I've seen these for years, man. Let me just harp on this for a second, if I can. I'll bring some cough drops tomorrow or something. Good Lord. So, the end of the world. I've seen so many videos recently. The top 5 things you're going to need before SHTF. Y'all seen those videos? I've seen these for 5 or 6 years now. And I've seen comments, people leave these sometimes saying, I wish it would hurry up and get here. I'm tired of waiting. I've seen people say, I've been waiting since Y2K. Bro, I can't imagine seeing videos like this every single day since the year 2000. Like, why are you still in the prepping community at this point? I'm not trying to run you off, but I'm saying, my God, at least I hope and pray that you're not clicking on distractions, because at some point, those Y2Kers, at some point, they've got to know that there's a hustle going on. Okay? There's a hustle. And the thing is, for me, all right, distraction wise and things, you can't buy your way out of the end of the world. If it's the end of the world, it's the end of the world. You ain't getting out of it. It's going to go down the way it's supposed to go down. I don't care what you stack. I don't care how many Jennies you got laid over in the corner. I don't care how prepared you think you are. You're not getting out of the end of the world. So if it's the end of the world, why are you even worried about it? Get right with the maker, and whatever happens, happens. Kind of like Las Vegas, right? But if it's not the end of the world, why are you worried? Because there's the potential that one day it will be the end of the world. I don't understand it. Again, I don't understand these videos. They're timeless. People love lists. Top 10 things that I've done lists. I'm not throwing shade. I've done lists. I'm here to tell you. But I don't do them weekly, because there's really no sense in regurgitating over and over 10 things that you need before it hits the fan. 5 things you need before it hits the fan. Let me tell you something. The people that bite on that, and I don't care what you do with your money. I've said this multiple times. I'm not the police officer here in the community. I'm not here to police everybody. You're grown adults. If you want to click on a video and be scared and click affiliate links and empty your bank account out, cheers to you, son. You do what you got to do. All right, whatever. Not my problem. I'm not here to hurt adults and protect them, right? Especially in the prepping community. But again, if you've been here since Y2K, you're bound to know at this point that there's something is afoot behind the scenes, right? But let me give you some brutal truth this morning. The people that are clicking on those videos and buying the 5 items every time they're listed, they're not going to make it through SHTF. Let me say that again really clearly. They're not going to make it through SHTF. What is a prepper's number one asset, number one weapon? I'll give y'all a second. What do you think it is? It's the mind. If you're going to be a rube and you're going to bite on every list, I already know you don't have the mentality to make it. Sorry to tell you. People are pissed right now. They're throwing stuff around. It is what it is. Most of the people that stack things based on YouTube lists are going to die during a major SHTF. A lot of people that have nothing stacked, but they have the right mindset and maybe an everyday carry knife, they're going to survive SHTF. There's a certain mentality that you cannot buy your way into. And I'll tell you how to spot this person when something major is going down. Medical emergency, whatever. Weather event, whatever. People are totally panicked. You're going to see a few people that step up who are not totally panicked. They're clear-minded. They're focused. They're like, we need to do this, 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 this. Those are the people that are going to survive. And in my opinion, this humble country boy's opinion, that is where your focus should be for SHTF. Not hoarding crap. Now, again, if you want to, hey, I've got gear and stuff. I'm guilty. I've got like 6 or 7 bug out bags, and as it stands right now, I ain't bugging out nowhere, son. I'm getting too old for that. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I've got a tremendous story tomorrow, but unplug from the distractions. That's my advice to you this morning. Unplug from the distractions. If this channel's a distraction, turn it off. I don't care about numbers over here. Y'all figure that out. Now, down below, it says record video thumbs up, but that's just because we're going to be going offline in 2 weeks, and I want to see how we match up. I don't care if you unsub here or not. You're going to get the truth every single day as I see it, and that's just what it is. I don't care about hurting feelings anymore. Those days are long over, folks. I'm beholden to no one, no company, no nothing at this point. And I'm telling you, from the bottom of my heart, unplug from distractions. If you're watching 8 hours a day of YouTube, prepping, SHTF, the nightly news, you might want to unplug from some of it. There are ways to stay informed, spending 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and bounce and live your life without living it in fear. Because otherwise you become like all the other lemmings that have 15 different distractions around them at all times. And you're just not going to make it. I mean, I hate to be so brutally honest about it, but you're just not going to make it. Those people are not going to make it. You have to be focused. And that starts with getting your mind and your mentality and your mindset in a proper place. Okay? I like guns. I like gear. I like this kind of stuff, right? But I would rather have somebody with me that has the right mentality. A lot of people are going to die in $1 million bunkers because they don't have the right mentality. A lot of people are going to survive with far less than $1 million bunker because they have the proper mentality. So if you know things are distracting you or they're scaring you, let me just close by saying I've never understood why people click these things every single day. I know they're doing it. I see the stats, when I do check out on the community. But I've never understood it. Maybe y'all can enlighten me. Some of you have said in the past, people are addicted. They're addicted. They can't get enough of the fear porn. And I understand that, and I think it's a legitimate point. People are also addicted to Big Macs. See how we went full circle there? Thank you for hanging around that long. People are addicted to fast food. Doesn't mean it's good for you. Eventually, it's going to catch up to you, and it's going to affect you in some way. I just don't want to see it happen to you. That's all. Folks, this is John with Prepper Nation, and this is just a little taste of things to come here on the channel moving forward. Brutally honest discussions over coffee. Sorry about the coughing. I don't know what's going on, man. One day it's 32 degrees outside. The next day it's 50 something. I don't know what's going on. Global warming, perhaps. Though I seriously doubt it. Y'all take care and God bless.